Beneath the deep, dark ocean, where the sunlight dwindles into faint, shimmering rays, lie the forgotten remnants of ancient civilizations that have slipped through the cracks of history. These are the ruins of hundreds of cities, once bustling hubs of culture, trade, and power, now resting silently under the waves, serving as quiet witnesses to a past both glorious and shrouded in mystery. Scattered across the world, from the warm waters of the Mediterranean Sea to the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, these underwater relics are precious fragments of a puzzle that could unlock the hidden chapters of human history. Among these enigmatic sites, Atlantis, the legendary city described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, stands out as the centerpiece of countless stories, theories, and debates that have persisted for centuries. Was Atlantis truly a masterpiece crafted by ancient human hands, or could it be a trace left behind by extraterrestrial visitors from the stars? Join me on a captivating journey as we dive into the world buried beneath the sea, where the greatest secrets of humanity might still be waiting to be uncovered. The ocean blankets over 71% of the Earth's surface, yet humanity has only explored a mere 5% of its depths. This staggering fact means we know more about the surface of the Moon or the terrain of Mars than we do about the deep ocean floor of our own planet, a realm so vast and mysterious that it holds countless untold stories. For thousands of years, sailors who braved the seas and indigenous peoples living along the coasts have shared tales of strange glowing lights emanating from beneath the water's surface. These accounts often hinted at the existence of hidden structures, secret bases, or even the sunken remains of lost civilizations that once thrived in harmony with the sea. According to recent estimates, more than 200 ancient cities lie in solitude, preserved in the icy depths of the Mediterranean Sea and other oceans around the globe, their origins dating back over 10,000 years into the distant past. These submerged ruins raise profound questions that continue to challenge our understanding of history. Could they be the enduring legacy of the earliest human civilizations built by our ancestors in a time we've long overlooked? Or do they stand as evidence of construction skills far beyond what we believe primitive humans were capable of? Those early societies we once thought were limited to hunting wild game and gathering berries across the world. From the deserts of Africa to the mountains of Asia and the plains of the Americas, local legends tell of extraordinary events where knowledge of building techniques, agricultural practices, and advanced technology seem to emerge out of nowhere, as if gifted by beings who descended from the heavens above. These ancient stories have fueled a daring hypothesis that has captured the imagination of many. What if extraterrestrials visited Earth in the distant past, playing a pivotal role in shaping the history and development of ancient human civilizations? In earlier times, humanity could only speculate about the wonders hidden beneath the ocean, relying on oral traditions, myths, and the boundless realm of imagination to fill in the gaps. But the advent of modern technology has changed the game entirely, opening up new frontiers for discovery. Deep-sea diving equipment, sophisticated seabed scanners, sonar mapping systems, and remotely operated underwater robots have ushered in a golden age for underwater archaeology. Archaeologists, oceanographers, and explorers from every corner of the globe have seized this opportunity to uncover mysteries that have tantalized humanity for generations. What they've discovered is nothing short of breathtaking, intricate architectural structures, grand monuments, paved roads stretching into the abyss, bustling ports that once welcomed ships from distant lands, and even towering pyramids, all resting silently beneath the ocean's blue depths, as if the sea itself has been guarding them from the curious eyes of the modern world. These findings have not only reshaped our understanding of human history, but also sparked profound questions about the evolution of civilizations. Scientists have determined that around 21,000 years ago, during the final stages of the Ice Age, global sea levels were dramatically lower than they are today. Vast regions of northern Europe and North America were blanketed by ice sheets 2 miles thick, locking away an immense volume of water in frozen form. As the Earth's climate began to warm, these colossal ice sheets started to melt, releasing torrents of water into the oceans. The result was a staggering rise in sea levels, submerging an estimated 26 million square kilometers of land, an area equivalent to the combined size of Europe and China. These submerged territories, along with the civilizations that may have flourished there, appear to have been erased from history, leaving behind only their underwater ruins as haunting echoes of a bygone era. Modern archaeology has yet to fully calculate the human toll of this catastrophic sea level rise, nor has it managed to illuminate the full 4.5 billion year history of our planet. While much of the ocean floor remains an uncharted frontier, ancient philosophers and sages were already aware of one of the sea's most enduring mysteries, the legend of Atlantis. This mythical city, said to have once been home to a civilization far more advanced than any other of its time, vanished beneath the waves, leaving behind a story that has captivated the human imagination for millennia. The story of Atlantis first emerges in the writings of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, specifically in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, composed around 360 BCE. In these works, Plato describes Atlantis as a magnificent city encircled by a series of concentric walls thriving in ancient times, approximately 9,000 years before his own era. According to Greek mythology, Atlantis was founded by Poseidon, the god of the sea, a mighty deity in the Greek pantheon who ruled over the oceans and all the waters of the earth. Yet some modern thinkers have proposed a bold and provocative idea. What if figures like Poseidon were not divine beings, but extraterrestrials with advanced technology, misunderstood and deified by ancient humans who lacked the context to comprehend their true nature? The legend tells of Poseidon's deep love for 𝘁𝐿, a beautiful and gentle mortal woman who lived on a small island. To safeguard the family they created together, Poseidon built Atlantis, a lush, fertile island, adorned with architectural marvels that became a symbol of unparalleled wealth and power. Poseidon and 𝘁𝐿 gave birth to 5 pairs of twin sons, 10 heirs in total who inherited this extraordinary domain. The eldest son, named Atlas in honor of the myth, ascended as the first king of Atlantis, ruling over a kingdom that stood as a beacon of prosperity and might. Plato portrays Atlantis as a wonder beyond imagination for its time. The city was designed with an intricate network of wide canals encircling a grand central palace, providing ample space for hundreds of ships to dock and trade. The palace's walls, constructed from red, white, and black stone, were embellished with precious metals like gold and silver, creating a dazzling spectacle that left all who beheld it in awe. At the heart of the city stood a colossal temple dedicated to Poseidon, housing a radiant golden statue of the god riding a chariot pulled by majestic winged horses. This statue was so immense that it could be seen from great distances, and the temple's spiral roof stretched high into the sky, as if reaching to touch the clouds themselves. Atlantis was more than just a beautiful city. It was a land of abundance and fertility, with sprawling fields nurtured by an advanced irrigation system, that ensured bountiful harvests year after year. The people of Atlantis cultivated a wide variety of crops, raised livestock, and extracted rare metals from deep within the earth. They mastered the craft of forging alloys such as brass, a highly valued material in ancient times. They also worked with precious crystals like diamonds, using them for ornate jewelry, or possibly for purposes tied to technologies we have yet to fully understand. According to legend, the Atlanteans possessed remarkable abilities and technologies far ahead of their time. They could manipulate the weather to ensure favorable conditions, prevent volcanic eruptions that might threaten their land, and even use specialized devices to control time or transmit sounds across vast distances. Atlantis is depicted as a self-sustaining paradise, where its inhabitants lived in harmony, free from the scourge of war or internal conflict. Farmers worked diligently in the fertile fields on the city's outskirts, employing sophisticated irrigation systems to maximize crop yields. Meanwhile, architects and artisans crafted stunning buildings from black and red stone, creating an urban landscape that seamlessly blended beauty with functionality. The city served not only as an economic powerhouse, but also as a cultural crossroads, with intricately designed temples, public squares, and communal spaces that reflected the advanced state of Atlantean society. However, the golden age of Atlantis was not destined to last. Plato recounts that, driven by ambition to expand their dominion, the Atlanteans launched a bold campaign to conquer Athens, a formidable city-state renowned for its wisdom and bravery in ancient Greece. But their invasion failed, and their hubris incurred the wrath of the gods. As a divine punishment, the gods unleashed a cataclysmic disaster that obliterated Atlantis in just a single day and night. Some theories suggest this catastrophe might have been a massive earthquake that tore the island apart, a devastating tsunami that swallowed it whole, or even a civil war that erupted among the Atlanteans themselves. Modern researchers have also speculated that Atlantis could have brought about its own downfall by misusing its advanced technology, triggering an energy explosion or an environmental disaster that spiraled out of control. The greatest question Plato left for future generations remains unanswered to this day. Where was Atlantis located, and did it ever truly exist, or was it merely a fictional tale? Some scholars argue that the story of Atlantis was a metaphorical creation by Plato, intended as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed, arrogance, and the abuse of power. However, archaeological discoveries beneath the ocean in the 20th and 21st centuries have led many to reconsider this view, suggesting that Atlantis might not be a mere myth, but could be rooted in the reality of a civilization that once thrived before being claimed by the sea. In 1968, American archaeologist Manson Valentine sent shockwaves through the scientific community when he discovered a peculiar stone structure off the northern coast of Bimini Island in the Bahamas, resting just 4 to 5 meters below the water's surface. At first glance, scientists assumed these were natural rock formations, sculpted over billions of years by geological processes such as erosion and sediment deposition. But closer examination revealed something astonishing. The stones were deliberately stacked with smaller stones wedged between larger ones to ensure balance, a clear hallmark of human construction, something nature could not replicate on its own. Further investigations at Bimini uncovered even more remarkable details that deepened the mystery. Archaeologists discovered traces of an ancient harbor, complete with carefully constructed breakwaters designed to shield ships from the ocean's waves, alongside stone-paved roads that extended beneath layers of sand and water. These structures strongly suggested that this area was once a thriving city, now submerged beneath the sea for thousands of years. Researchers continued to unearth additional roads and complex buildings as if they were pathways leading to larger areas buried deeper under the marine sediment. These discoveries sparked widespread speculation that Bimini might be a fragment of the legendary Atlantis that Plato wrote about in his dialogues. What makes Bimini particularly intriguing is its location within the infamous Bermuda Triangle, a vast expanse of ocean covering more than 500,000 square miles, stretching from Bermuda to Miami and down to San Juan in Puerto Rico. This region has long been notorious for its strange and unexplained phenomena, including erratic magnetic field disturbances, mysterious disappearances of ships and airplanes, and numerous eyewitness accounts of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, spotted both in the sky and beneath the water. In 1977, a collaborative team of American and French scientists conducted a deep-sea survey in the area and made a staggering discovery: a massive pyramid lying 2,000 meters below the surface. This underwater pyramid stands 200 meters tall with a base diameter of 300 meters, making it larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Even more bizarre, the water surrounding the pyramid shimmered with an eerie light, while the structure itself glowed a deep blue, creating a striking and mysterious contrast at a depth where natural sunlight can barely penetrate. These findings at Bimini and within the Bermuda Triangle have prompted many to ask a tantalizing question: could this region hold the key to the lost continent of Atlantis? And if so, why is it associated with such bizarre phenomena as UFO sightings, magnetic anomalies, and vanishings that defy explanation? Some proponents of the ancient astronaut theory argue that the underwater pyramid in the Bermuda Triangle might be a clandestine extraterrestrial base, concealed by the ocean to avoid detection by modern humanity. They suggest that the magnetic disturbances and UFO activity could be lingering signs of alien technology still operational in the area thousands of years after Atlantis vanished beneath the waves. Far across the globe, off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan's Ryukyu archipelago, another discovery sent ripples through the scientific community, challenging our understanding of ancient history. In 1986, Japanese diver 𝐏𝐞𝐫 Aratake stumbled upon a massive stone structure submerged beneath the waves, a find that would come to be known as the Yonaguni Monument. This remarkable site includes a series of stepped pyramids, staircases, streets, archways, and stone blocks carved with astonishing precision. The main structure measures 183 meters wide and 27 meters high, with its highest point rising at a depth of 25 meters below the surface. Scientists estimate that this monument dates back approximately 10,000 years, placing its construction at the end of the Ice Age, a time when this area was still above water before rising sea levels submerged it beneath the Pacific Ocean. Japanese geologist Masaaki Kimura dedicated over 15 years to studying the Yonaguni Monument, and his research led him to a definitive conclusion. This was not a natural formation, but a man-made structure crafted by human hands. During his extensive surveys, Kimura and his team uncovered compelling evidence of human involvement, including carvings etched into the stones, ancient pictographic symbols that hinted at a forgotten language, intricately sculpted animal figures, and even a stone wall featuring the depiction of a human head. Some of the stone slabs displayed sharp edges and precise angles, reminiscent of the architectural style of the Inca civilization in South America, despite the vast distance separating these two regions. After years of meticulous analysis, Kimura determined that the Yonaguni monument was the remnant of an ancient city, likely submerged by a massive earthquake that struck around 12,000 years ago, sending the entire settlement to the ocean floor. The Yonaguni monument lies within a region known as the Dragon's Triangle, a stretch of sea south of Japan that shares eerie similarities with the Bermuda Triangle. Much like its counterpart, the Dragon's Triangle is infamous for mysterious disappearances of ships and airplanes, as well as frequent reports of unidentified flying objects spotted in the area. Ancient Japanese folklore speaks of sea dragons, enormous creatures rising from the water emitting brilliant light and moving at lightning speed like mythical winged beasts. These descriptions bear a striking resemblance to an account recorded by the explorer Christopher Columbus in his 1492 logbook. While sailing near the Bermuda Triangle, Columbus noted seeing a fireball plummet into the sea, followed by a beam of light that floated on the surface before vanishing without a trace. The parallels between the Dragon's Triangle and the Bermuda Triangle have led many to wonder, could these two regions be connected in some profound way? A fascinating detail adds to the intrigue. Both areas lie along the 25th parallel north, and both are home to massive underwater pyramids. Some ancient astronaut theorists propose that these pyramids were not constructed by ancient humans, but are instead energy-collecting devices built by extraterrestrials to power underwater bases hidden beneath the sea. However, mainstream scientists remain divided on the origins of the Yonaguni monument. Some argue that it is merely a natural geological formation shaped by tectonic activity, while others contend that its sophistication far exceeds the capabilities of ancient humans, suggesting the involvement of a more advanced civilization, perhaps one with extraterrestrial assistance. Our journey of discovery now takes us to the Gulf of Cambay, off the northwest coast of India, where yet another find has reshaped our understanding of the region's historical timeline. In 2001, Indian Ocean researchers were conducting a routine survey on marine pollution when they stumbled upon an unexpected discovery that would change the course of their work. Seabed scanners revealed a sprawling network of massive stone buildings cloaked in layers of mud and sand lying 60 meters below the water's surface. This site spans an area of about 5 square miles, roughly the size of a fully developed ancient city, complete with paved roads, an intricate system of canals and structures built with systematic precision. Further surveys in the Gulf of Cambay revealed even more astonishing details that deepened the mystery. The ancient city was situated along the edge of an old river channel, suggesting it was once a thriving hub of trade and commerce before being engulfed by the sea. Scientists recovered dozens of artifacts from the site, including fragments of wood shards of pottery and various objects crafted by human hands. What makes this discovery truly remarkable is the age of these artifacts. Some date back as far as 32,000 years, while the site itself is believed to have been submerged around 9,000 years ago. This timeline indicates that the city existed for an astonishing span from at least 32,000 years ago until 9,000 years ago, a period far longer than the conventionally accepted timeline for the development of Indian civilization, which is typically dated to around 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, with the rise of the Indus Valley civilization and cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. The traditional view held by archaeologists places the origins of ancient Indian civilization at the time of the Indus Valley Civilization, a period marked by the emergence of sophisticated urban centers. However, the discoveries in the Gulf of Cambay challenge this narrative entirely, suggesting that Indian civilization may stretch back tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of years earlier than previously thought. Some Indian scientists have argued that these underwater ruins provide concrete evidence to support such claims, calling for a comprehensive rewrite of their nation's history to reflect the existence of a far more advanced ancient culture that thrived in the distant past. Just a short distance from the Gulf of Cambay, at the coastal city of Dwarka, divers uncovered even more compelling clues that added to the growing mystery. At a depth of 25 meters beneath the waves, they discovered sandstone walls built with meticulous care, cobblestone streets stretching for kilometers, and the remnants of a bustling port that once served as a vital trade hub. These findings are believed to be the ruins of the mythical Dwarka, a city described in ancient Hindu scriptures as the home of Krishna, the god of compassion, love, and wisdom revered in Hindu tradition. According to legend, Dwarka was a prosperous metropolis, boasting towering buildings, wide streets, and a busy harbor teeming with ships from far-off lands until it was destroyed in a catastrophic war that brought about its downfall. Ancient Hindu texts recount that a king named Sangha launched an attack on Dwarka using flying ships, mysterious machines that soared through the air, unleashing beams of energy likened to thunderbolts, causing widespread destruction across the city. In retaliation, Krishna wielded a weapon described as an arrow, but one imbued with terrifying power. It roared like thunder, struck with the speed of lightning, and had the ability to appear in multiple places at once. These descriptions bear a striking resemblance to modern accounts of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and advanced technology, often depicted in science fiction. Ultimately, when Krishna could no longer protect Dwarka from the onslaught, he is said to have departed from Earth, and the ocean rose to engulf the city, as if to shield it from further harm at the hands of invaders. The discoveries at Dwarka have prompted many to reevaluate ancient Hindu scriptures in a new light, rather than viewing them solely as symbolic myths. Some researchers now believe these texts may contain forgotten historical records of real events. Could the ancient Indians have witnessed a war between extraterrestrial forces, with gods like Krishna being their interpretation of beings from another world? These questions remain unanswered, but the ruins beneath the Gulf of Cambay and at Dwarka have opened a doorway to a past where history and mythology intertwine in ways that are difficult to disentangle. Our exploration now leads us to the majestic Andes Mountains in Peru, where Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world, situated at 4,000 meters above sea level, holds ancient secrets that have captivated the imagination of South America for centuries. In August 2000, an Italian team of archaeologists and divers embarked on a survey of the lake, and what they discovered surpassed their wildest expectations. At a depth of 35 meters beneath the water's surface, they uncovered an ancient road stretching hundreds of meters, a solid stone foundation built with remarkable precision, and a stone wall extending nearly 1 kilometer in length. These structures led to what appeared to be an ancient temple dated to approximately 1,500 years ago, a time long before the Inca civilization rose to prominence as a dominant empire in South America. For generations, local inhabitants have spoken of a lost city beneath the waters of Lake Titicaca, a place they call 𝘈𝘳𝐵. According to Inca legend, 𝘈𝘈𝐵 was the sacred site where the children of the sun first set foot on earth, marking the origin of their ancestors. Lake Titicaca is revered as one of the holiest places in the Andes, believed to be the dwelling place of 𝘕𝘳𝑚𝐴, the creator god in Inca mythology, who brought the universe into being, crafting the sun, moon, stars, time, and humanity itself. The Inca held a deep spiritual belief that upon death their souls would return to Lake Titicaca, a place they considered the source of all life and the cradle of South American civilization. Archaeologists unearthed a wealth of artifacts in the 𝘈𝘈𝐵 area, including pottery shards, intricately carved stone statues, remnants of ancient boats, and bones of both humans and animals. These findings indicate that 𝘈𝘈𝐵 was once a thriving center of civilization, potentially serving as a burial site for golden statues of Inca gods hidden away to protect them from Spanish conquistadors who arrived in the 16th century. One particularly striking discovery was a finely carved stone head crafted in a style similar to structures found at 𝘈𝘈𝐵, a renowned archaeological site located 20 kilometers south of the lake. 𝘈𝘈𝐵 is another location where ancient astronaut theorists suggest the involvement of extraterrestrial beings, pointing to its massive stone blocks, some weighing over 100 tons, cut with a precision that seems to defy the technological capabilities of the time. The Aymara, an indigenous tribe living near Lake Titicaca, share oral traditions that add an intriguing layer to the mystery. They recount that 𝘈𝘈𝐵 and 𝘈𝘈𝐵 were constructed by giants, a description that may refer to tall, pale-skinned beings who came from the stars. They also speak of star-like lights gliding across the lake's surface, mysteriously altering the water's temperature. Large green orbs or glowing disc-shaped objects have been observed moving beneath the water, only to rise suddenly and soar into the sky, disappearing into the heavens. These stories have led many to speculate that Lake Titicaca might be the site of an ancient extraterrestrial base, with 𝘈𝘈𝐵 possibly built with the assistance of cosmic visitors who left their mark on the region. One perplexing question remains: why does 𝘈𝘈𝐵, dated to just 1,500 years ago, lie beneath Lake Titicaca? A lake believed to have existed for tens of thousands of years. Constructing a city in flooded conditions would have been highly impractical even with today's technology. The most plausible explanation is that 𝘈𝘈𝐵 was submerged around 1,500 years ago. But how could a lake as vast as Titicaca, 118 miles long and 50 miles wide, form to engulf a city? At that time, geological evidence confirms that Lake Titicaca has ancient origins, and Aymara lore describes it as the birthplace of all civilizations in South America. This has given rise to a daring theory. Could 𝘈𝘈𝐵 have been deliberately flooded to conceal it from the outside world, perhaps by the space brethren mentioned in the Aymara's oral traditions? The underwater ruins at Bimini Yonaguni, the Gulf of Cambay, and Lake Titicaca share a common thread that ties them together. They are all located in regions associated with strange and unexplained phenomena, including frequent UFO sightings, anomalous magnetic field disturbances, and mysterious disappearances that defy conventional explanation. Many proponents of the ancient astronaut theory believe that these structures, particularly the massive underwater pyramids, could not have been built by primitive humans living in the Stone Age. Instead, they argue that these are the creations of an extraterrestrial civilization with technology far superior to anything humans could have achieved at the time, pointing to the precision and scale of the constructions as evidence of otherworldly involvement. In Japan, some of the most compelling clues come in the form of the Dogu figurines, artifacts dating back to the Jomon period, which spans from 14,000 BCE to around 400 BCE. These small statues depict humanoid figures with peculiar features, elongated heads, oversized almond-shaped eyes that seem disproportionate to their bodies, and attire that resembles spacesuits, complete with helmets, straps, and other technical details. Some theorists argue that these figurines are artistic representations of extraterrestrials who visited Earth thousands of years ago, immortalized by the ancient Japanese as a way to preserve the memory of their encounter. In ancient Japanese folklore, there are tales of sky people who descended to Earth, teaching the locals essential skills such as agriculture, architecture, and cultural practices, including how to craft kimonos, perform tea ceremonies, use wasabi in cuisine, and build traditional homes that have become iconic in Japanese culture. Another enigmatic story from Japan, documented in 1803 along the coast of Hitachi, now part of Ibaraki Prefecture north of Tokyo, adds another layer of intrigue. Local villagers discovered a large object washed ashore described as a ship, resembling a traditional Japanese incense burner, standing 3.3 meters high and 5.45 meters wide. Its upper section was crafted from camphor wood, coated in red lacquer, while the lower section was clad in sturdy brass plates. The ship featured transparent windows made of glass or crystal sealed with tree resin and protected by iron bars. Strange inscriptions were etched into its hull, written in a language or script that no one could decipher, as if it belonged to a civilization unknown to humanity. Inside the vessel, the villagers found a young woman estimated to be between 18 and 20 years old, standing 1.5 meters tall, with pale pink skin, red hair, and eyebrows extended with white synthetic fibers. She wore an elaborate outfit made of a fabric and style unfamiliar to the locals, and she spoke a language that no one could understand. The woman clutched a small box tightly, refusing to let anyone touch it, as if it contained something of immense importance. Fearful and superstitious, the villagers began to rumor that the box might hold a human head. Ultimately, they decided to return the woman and her ship to the sea, hoping she would return to wherever she came from, as they feared her presence might bring misfortune to their community. This story of the 𝘈𝘳𝘁𝑚, or the hollow ship, has fascinated researchers for centuries, raising intriguing questions. Could this mysterious vessel be linked to the underwater ruins at Yonaguni, also located in Japan? Who was this enigmatic woman, and what secrets did her box contain? Some ancient astronaut theorists speculate that the box might have held a brain or an extraterrestrial device, possibly a gift intended for the Japanese people from cosmic visitors. Adding to the mystery, researchers have uncovered 5 ancient drawings from various regions of Japan, depicting strange disc-shaped objects that glow brightly and move across the sky, images that bear a striking resemblance to modern UFOs. These carefully preserved artworks are often cited by theorists as evidence that Japan may have had contact with extraterrestrial beings in the distant past. Similar traces of possible extraterrestrial encounters can be found in other cultures around the world, suggesting a global phenomenon. In North America, the Hopi tribe of Arizona continues a tradition of crafting kachina dolls, which bear a striking resemblance to Japan's Dogu figurines. These dolls depict humanoid figures dressed in unusual attire, resembling astronauts with helmets and technical details. In Africa's Sahara Desert cave paintings, dating back thousands of years, show figures wearing what appear to be spacesuits, complete with helmets and equipment that seem out of place for the time. The striking similarities between these artifacts created by cultures separated by thousands of miles have led many to believe that ancient peoples across the globe may have witnessed extraterrestrial visitors, preserving their encounters through art, oral traditions, and mythology. Atlantis and the extraterrestrial hypothesis, a cosmic connection. Could Atlantis have been an extraterrestrial base, as many ancient astronaut theorists propose? The underwater ruins at 𝘈𝘳𝘓𝘕, the Gulf of Cambay, and Lake Titicaca all exhibit construction techniques that seem to surpass the capabilities of Stone Age humans, with precisely cut stones, complex architectural designs, and evidence of technology that remains unexplained. A particularly intriguing detail is the geographical alignment of these sites. Both the Bermuda Triangle and the Dragon's Triangle regions, where massive underwater pyramids have been discovered, lie along the 25th parallel north. These areas are also associated with frequent UFO sightings, strange phenomena, and mysterious disappearances, lending credence to the idea that extraterrestrial forces may have been at play. Some scientists and theorists suggest that the underwater pyramids found in the Bermuda Triangle and at 𝘂𝐻𝑉𝐻 might have served as energy collection devices constructed by extraterrestrials to power underwater bases hidden beneath the ocean's surface. In ancient cultures, figures referred to as gods, such as Poseidon in Greek mythology, Krishna in Hindu tradition, and Viracocha in Inca belief, might have been extraterrestrial beings with advanced technology misinterpreted by ancient humans as divine entities. For example, the flying ships described in ancient Hindu texts or the sea dragons of Japanese folklore could be ancient interpretations of modern spacecraft or UFOs viewed through the lens of a people who lacked the technological framework to understand what they were witnessing. However, not everyone is convinced by the extraterrestrial hypothesis. Some mainstream scientists argue that these underwater ruins were constructed by ancient humans during a time when sea levels were much lower, around 14,000 years ago, at the tail end of the Ice Age. At that time, according to conventional archaeological timelines, our ancestors were living in caves, surviving through hunting and gathering, and had not yet developed agriculture or advanced construction techniques. So how could they have built monumental structures like those at 𝘂𝐻𝑉𝐻 or Dwarka, with multi-ton stones cut and assembled with such precision, while human fossils found at these sites confirm their presence during that era? There is no definitive evidence that they possessed the technological know-how required to achieve such feats, leaving the question of their origins open to debate. Another theory posits that these structures were built by a lost advanced civilization, one that vanished from the historical record, leaving behind its underwater ruins as a legacy for future generations to discover. Whether the work of ancient humans or extraterrestrial visitors, these remnants serve as a powerful reminder that Earth's history is filled with gaps waiting to be explored. They suggest that we may not be alone in the universe and that the ocean might be concealing secrets far greater than anything we can currently imagine. Structures like the Bermuda Pyramid, the 𝘂𝐻𝑉𝐻 Monument, and the city of Wanaku beneath Lake Titicaca are not merely archaeological wonders. They are echoes of a past that may be far more complex and mysterious than we have ever dared to consider. From the mythical Atlantis, described by Plato, to the underwater ruins discovered at 𝘈𝘳𝘓𝘕, the Gulf of Cambay, and Lake Titicaca, these mysteries have opened a window into an unexplored past that challenges everything we thought we knew about humanity's history. Whether they were crafted by the hands of ancient humans or left behind as traces of extraterrestrial visitors, these relics demonstrate that Earth's story is far more intricate and enigmatic than what we've been taught in history books. Each new discovery, from the towering underwater pyramids to the peculiar Dogu figurines, serves as a precious piece of the puzzle, bringing us closer to understanding the origins of human civilization and our place in the vast infinite cosmos. The ocean, with more than 95% of its depths still unexplored, likely holds countless more secrets waiting to be uncovered, secrets that could fundamentally transform our understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. The quest to explore these underwater cities, ancient structures, and potential extraterrestrial traces is far from over. In fact, it has only just begun. What do you think about these enduring enigmas? Do you believe Atlantis truly existed, and could it have been an extraterrestrial base? I invite you to share your thoughts and join me in delving deeper into the mysteries of the ocean and the history of humanity. Perhaps one day we will uncover the final answers to the questions that have haunted humankind for thousands of years, revealing the truth about our origins and the forces that have shaped our journey through time.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, drop a comment below. And please like, share and subscribe my channel.